Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for a summer internship, Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to learn the radio and TV business. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776. Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world.
Hey guys, Connor from the Ticket Stub, and you are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe, and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Welcome to Morning's Lone Star with Dick and Skippy, 9:07 on the dot on a beautiful, slightly overcast Thursday morning. 54 degrees outside in overcast downtown Conroe. Gonna get up to about 75 today. And all week, we're gonna float between the 60s and the 70s for the highs and between the 40s and the 60s for the lows. Maybe some rain this weekend.
Cool.
Hi, Dick.
Hey, what's up?
Good morning.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks. We literally had everything working 5 minutes till, and then
yeah, for once, I was here like an hour and a half early.
And I got here pretty early, too. We've even eaten our...
We ate our working tacos. We've had some bean punk coffee. Oh, we're good to go. No, I got in way early because yesterday I got to give a shout out to, they're not a sponsor, but I'm going to give them a shout out anyways, Gullah Toyota. That's from where I bought my car.
Okay.
I bought a few cars from there, but... Got a text yesterday that there's a recall on my model of Toyota, something about the transmission. And so I called back on the basis of the text, and they said, we can get you in early tomorrow morning. Yeah, I was like, okay, well, I need to get to downtown Conroe somehow. Oh, we have a shuttle. We'll take you in. So got in, dropped off the car.
What's their definition of a shuttle?
Oh, it was one of those big van, whatever the modern van is. A guy named Larry drove me to the corner and I was like, you know what? Stop here, Larry, because I'm going to go get me some working tacos.
That's where I work.
Yeah.
At this corner.
I hopped out. He took off and I realized I left my coffee mug in his car.
Ooh.
So I was like, well, I'm going to Bean Punk Coffee anyways. I'll just get a fresh cup. Not a problem. I'll pick up my mug later. Not a problem. So I'm getting my working tacos and Larry calls me on the phone going, excuse me, sir, but I've got your coffee cup in the car. I'm like, well, I'll get it from you when the car's done. He's like, nope, I'm already back at that corner. Just come meet me for that. So great service. And then I got another text from their service people saying, hey, listen, we noticed you have windshield damage. And I'm short, so I can't, when something's high up on my windshield, I just don't notice it. And they said because I was still under extended warranty, they were going to fix that for free. So, they're just really doing it right today. They're going to pick me up after the show today, take me back there. My car should be done shortly. And there we go. So,
I'm glad someone's picking you up at the corner.
I know. I'm going to stand on the corner and
I don't know how long you're going to be doing this stuff for.
Look like a dangerous individual or, some kind of male lady of the night.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I could see it. Let me...
Well, last time I tried to prostitute myself, I ended up losing money. I had to pay people to take me, so... I realized.
Well, it's all about presentation. Clearly, you couldn't sell it. We want to say we have a special guest coming in at 9:30 a.m. We're going to have Brittany Atkinson coming in and talk about Unite Conroe, which sounds like an event for all the family to do. And it's somewhere here in Conroe. We're going to find out more.
Heritage Park.
More information can be found on our Facebook feed. I know we included some links, like direct links to the events and things like that. So we want to say hi to our Facebook folks, and always feel free to chat with us. I actually have it up. I don't know what you're doing. I doubt you have anything that has to do with any of our audiences because you never do.
I'm getting on Facebook so I can get to
now you're getting on Facebook.
It was already there. Just talk.
So we have that on Facebook and YouTube Live or irlonestar.com worldwide. So, there you go. Other news we got to do real quick. We got to do our partners. We're partners with Bean Punk Coffee, which we mentioned before, which actually has 2 locations now, folks. So check out one of the locations in Montgomery, Texas, and then also in downtown Conroe, Texas. Other partner would be Creative Content Creations with C3Memories.com. all your creative needs right there at c3memories.com. And then, of course, your office cleaning needs, cleansweepofficecleaning.com for all of the office things you like to clean up. And they don't do murders.
How do you know?
All right, we asked them that.
Did you see that crime scene cleanup movie?
But I don't know if it was a wink, though. Was it a wink?
I don't
crime
know.
Scene movie.
We don't do.
Wasn't it like was it Sunshine Cleaning?
Well, there were two. Sunshine Cleaning was a comedy.
Okay.
But there was another one that wasn't a comedy. It came out around the same time. It was kind of like Armageddon and Deep Impact, two movies around the same thought. And this cleanup company is called out. This guy's called to clean up, a murder scene by the cops. And then he finds out later the cops never been called. He'd been called by the killer to clean up the scene before the cops get there. And he's so good at his job that, now he's been set up.
Cleaner,
that's what it was.
Google's amazing with the keywords. So, no, I don't think it was cleaner. Let's see.
It could have been. I honestly can't remember the name of it, or I remember enjoying it when I watched it, but it was so long ago that it came out right around the same time as Sunshine Cleaners.
I'm looking. I'll find it.
Okay, you find it.
You find it.
So shout back out to Mark Cook, who's tuning in from Mississippi. M-I, crooked letter I, crooked letter I, humpback I. That's how you spell it. Right. And I do have to let Brett know that I'm not 50, I'm 53, and it wasn't an unmarked white van. It was a
I'm telling you, you never know what he does until he gets dropped off.
It was a gray van. Okay, so that made it
You think that would throw you off if somebody got dropped off by a different vehicle every time you saw them?
Right.
Yeah.
Or like the black Suburban with the tinted windows.
No, that's not that mysterious. Like,
but all the bad guys have them. No, if it's driven by a guy with sunglasses and an earpiece,
yeah,
then yeah.
Like the ones that get dropped off by a short bus. Yeah, and then the next time you see me, I get dropped off by like an ice cream van. And the next time, I'm talking about like, just you're like, what is going on? Why are these different cars?
Now, did you ever see going to the Renaissance Festival on the road leading there for years? There was a guy that had a faithful recreation of the Scooby-Doo van, the Mystery Machine. And it was even, proportionately correct, like the cartoon. It had been chopped and shrunk down. It was there for years and then not there anymore. No, it was so cool. It was Sean-sized. It was a van that I could drive in, comfort.
One of my favorite lines about a short bus is from the classic Dumb and Dumber, whatever the second one, the prequel, whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
He goes, "Oh man, he's like something along the lines of, I love riding on the short bus because all the cool kids get to ride at the back of the bus, so now everyone's riding on the back of the bus, so we're special."
Aww.
And I really like that. It was kind of funny, but then it was supposed to be for special needs kids, so it's even better joke. It was a better joke. It had two layers. Who
multi-layered joke.
Who knew Dumb and Dumber, the prequel, could have such layers?
Now, speaking of movies, didn't you watch one for the ticket stub?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We got such a special opportunity to watch Batman Returns at the movie theater yesterday morning.
So Batman Returns, the original with Michael Keaton and Michelle Pfeiffer,
Danny DeVito, Christopher Walken, and yeah.
And?
It was, I forgot how pervy and sexual the movie was. Because I would say, like, majority of the villain's dialogue was really pervy for both Catwoman and Penguin.
Yeah, well, Penguin just...
He's a horn dog.
He's sexual desperation.
So, I mean, like, everything. He's like, I will show them my 3-finger flapper trick. And I'm like, wait a second, what's he talking about? And it was really. I forgot about it. I haven't seen that movie since it came out, and it's 1992 is when I think I saw it. So I was did not remember one thing about it.
Oh, I remembered Michelle Pfeiffer in her outfit.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, we got to watch it in the movie theater. The Grand Theater here, folks, actually upgraded their theater. They have all reclining seats, and you can reserve seating now. So we're definitely falling asleep. Because we had to watch it before the theater opened, so we were up there pretty early, and but it was worth it. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, and I think
did it hold up?
I would say yeah, but there was a couple things because now there's so many renditions of Batman known for people. Like to me, I didn't like how they made Selena Kyle just absolutely insane. Like they made her just insane, and I didn't like that because I was like, why is Batman even like her? I didn't really get it
because they're both split.
I know they verbally made that clear. Like he goes, I feel split. And but what confused me was right when he sees her in the office, like the big office of Christopher Walken, he's like, who's this hot lady? And I'm like, Batman would never just immediately become a horn dog. He would never immediately just... He
sensed her cat pheromones.
So that's what Chris was trying to argue that, and I didn't believe him. He's like, yeah, when she became Catwoman, now she like oozes sexuality, like how vampires can like tempt people.
Right?
I'm like, no.
So
what do these cats really give her when they rubbed all over her? Give her like some catnip under the skin?
They're that'd be cool if Catwoman could shoot out catnip from her claws.
I just didn't really get it. So I didn't like that at all.
But I gotta say, I think one of the best scenes in a kind of movie was in Batman Returns when they're dancing under the mistletoe and they realize at the same time who they are. I just thought that was really nicely acted by both of them. I was always a huge fan of Michael Keaton as Batman. And I'm still, we've talked about this before, if they need to do old Batman, well, I don't care if it's Batman Beyond or Dark Knight Returns, but old Batman, bring him back as that Bruce Wayne.
He didn't seem that big.
That's the thing. No one would believe if Bruce Wayne, Playboy millionaire, was stacked to the gills like young Schwarzenegger. No one would, people would be looking and go, oh my God, that's Batman. That's how he can afford all these things. That was the one thing I liked about the new, one of the few things I liked about the new Batman trilogy, the Dark Knight stuff, was when they thought that Aaron Eckhart, Harvey Dent, was Batman. Because you could see that.
Believe it. Yeah,
I absolutely believe that. I thought that was masterfully done. But for the most part, my heart's always been with the Michael Keaton Batman.
Well, he didn't do a bad job. He definitely had the over-the-hill look of Batman, where he wasn't the playboy. He was just kind of wearing ascots and just kind of sitting watching that really great big screen TV they had in the early 90s.
Yeah.
The
projection TV. I love those things.
No, even Connor was arguing like, no, he's still a playboy. I was like, no, he wasn't. Alfred was literally honking the horn outside the car while in Times Square or whatever, trying to get Bruce Wayne's attention while he's talking to Michelle Pfeiffer. Like, he wasn't the exotic billionaire playboy. Like, I was like, that they didn't show that at all.
Well, again, if Batman is too suave, or Bruce Wayne is too suave, you want him kind of good. I loved Michael Keaton's.
Oh, no, he didn't do it. All the acting was good. But I'm just saying, like,
no, I mean, how beyond the acting, how he portrayed the Bruce Wayne, that he's not like, hi, I'm Bruce Wayne. It's, absentmindedly sticking the pen in the frog or whatever. It's
what?
The little styrofoam thingies that you stick plant stems in. They're called frogs.
I have no idea. That must be something people work on corners talk about.
But, it's my.
But no, I would say definitely check
lingo.
it out. Definitely check it out. Okay. And
now, are they re-showing it? Is it like a
no? This was a special deal. We on the ticket stub we review a movie together.
So but you just don't hop out to your house and kick back.
And no, sometimes we do. And then one time he's like, "Hey, do y'all want to watch this at this really great movie theater?" And I was like, "I would really like to watch that at a really great movie theater," but we had to watch it like in the morning. So, but yeah, it was it's definitely cool to watch it on the big screen because it definitely had that feel. Tim Burton is a really weirdo. I like it.
Yeah, well, he made it timeless. He brought the comic book aspect, but not silly like Warren Beatty did with Dick Tracy.
Now, let me ask you this, because you seem to know a little bit about that movie. Do you think the Penguin is a mutant? Or was there like a genetic issue with the parents that gave birth to him? Because he ate a cat as a baby. So I'm thinking like, all right, something's going on with this kid at a very young age.
To be honest, where my fevered brain went, I questioned the parentage.
Well, yeah, so the genetics.
Well, yeah, to the sense that were mom and dad brother and sister, or did mom
what's
step
funny,
out?
I honestly, because I haven't seen this movie in a long time, and I was really interested in what the secret plot of the Penguin was, because there was a secret plot. And I was like, what's going to happen is they're going to show that the family helped Christopher Walken somehow with the sewage stuff, and somehow they got infected or, whatever, and they gave birth to this mutant crazy baby. Because, like, he bled green,
Yeah, that was odd.
And then like he had that those crazy teeth, which I mean you can get that over time.
The hand deformity.
And the deformity
with
hand was immediate,
flipper.
so that was at birth. And then he had like that awkward body, like he looked like a turtle coming out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. They could have added the toxic waste subplot to it that they had to pay the price.
I was trying to figure out. And then also there was a scene that really confused me. So if there's listeners out there or diehard Batman Returns fans, please help me out here. So there's a whole scene of Bruce Wayne doing research about some carnival murder or something. He's doing research on the Penguin. He's trying to find out the answers. So what is that? What was that about? Because the Penguin joined the circus?
Yeah.
And he murdered somebody?
Yeah, it's like 30 years previously or something that Carnival had come through town and children had been kidnapped.
Children have been kidnapped?
Yeah. If memory serves that...
Because I wasn't sure if they were talking, because he randomly at one point, Batman said, oh, he's actually the leader of the Red Triangle Gang. That's who the Penguin is. He's not just some hermit living underneath.
Yeah, because they
so he's a gang lord.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Like I knew he had some weirdos with him, but I didn't know it was like a gang that actually had an operation.
Gang of clowns.
Well, they weren't like they were making money and so like they were a gang.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really see that until Batman was like, oh, I think I had to find proof that he is the red Triangle Gang.
Yeah, there were some gaps. Now, did you notice the one?
No, I was just trying to understand because I feel like that was supposed to tell me something, and I was like, and I even said it in the movie theater because no one was there. I go, hey, what was that supposed to mean? And
now this is on. I'm sure it's on YouTube, but did you notice the very end when he rips off his cowl? First off, it kind of disturbs me that it's so easily ripped off.
Yeah, well, Batman's really strong.
But did you notice? And it had been pointed out to me, so when I watch it the next time, it's really glaring. So when Bruce Wayne puts on the Batman mask, he's got to put the mascara around his eyes.
Yeah.
All that black. And so, but when he takes off his mask, you see that you have a shot of him with the black on his eyes. It cuts away, then it goes back to him, and his eyes, there's no makeup on him. So when he rips off the mask, his eyes, there's none of that black
stuff.
stuff.
There's a piece of cloth that wipes it off perfectly.
There
every
you
single
go.
Time.
But once you see it there, you can never not see it anymore. And I'm just like latch right into that.
Yeah.
Pretty obvious.
I mean, I believe it, but I mean, I guess that's one thing I was disappointed with this Batman was that it didn't have anything that was similar to the other ones.
Well, no nipples.
Like Brett points out that the Penguin and other renditions is a semi-legitimate businessman.
Well, it's the TV show Gotham.
Yeah, he owns a club, and that's where all the underbelly
he was a lackey for
work
someone
is
else
done.
for a crime lord and worked his way up.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
But Danny DeVito really sold it, though. He was just disgusting.
Yeah, so Danny DeVito versus Burgess Meredith.
Well, I would do Burgess because Burgess had a better story.
Mm-hmm.
But, for performance-wise, for like a 2-hour movie, I would say Danny DeVito.
There you go. Okay, what about...
he bit a dude's nose. He,
what about your cat
raw
women?
Salmon.
What about your cat women? Now we could go all the way back to Eartha Kitt and Julie Newmar. And
my favorite Selena Kyle is from the cartoon, the '90s cartoon.
I can't.
That was on WB, whatever.
Okay.
She was just an art thief.
Yeah, and that's what Anna Hathaway tried to convey. Where
I liked her a lot.
Well, she wore the outfit.
No, not Anna Hathaway. I'm talking about the cartoon.
No, the cartoon one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she was a lady. She still had the duality to her because her and Bruce Wayne started dating.
Mm-hmm.
Selena Kyle did, and then when they both found their Catwoman and Batman, it was.
Listener Britt is right. No one could not be a horn dog around 1982.
Well, I mean, I get that, but I mean, you think of Batman, you think of
he has needs.
Well, yeah, he's a billionaire. He can go get him somewhere else.
This is before he finds his ward named Dick. And
that's true. That's where things get really weird.
Cruising the town late at night
really
in black
weird.
leather in a convertible.
Well, we got our friends from Unite Conroe coming in soon, so we're going to take a quick break, folks. Thanks for tuning in. You're listening to Mornings Lone Star, IRLoneStar.com. Don't forget, you can chat with us as we're reading. I'm actually keeping up a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
And Dennis is in the corner crying. I don't know what he's crying about, but we'll figure that out. We will be back after these messages. Thanks for checking out Mornings Lone Star. We'll see you in a bit.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show. With monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776.
Statistics show that 1 out of every 6 Texans struggles with food insecurity and hunger. And many people don't eat enough fruits and vegetables every day. The Better Living for Texans program is here to help you learn how to make healthy menu choices, save money at the grocery store, prepare quick and delicious meals, get more good nutrition in your day, and get more physical activity. Classes are fun, friendly, interactive, and free, and taught in English and Spanish. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Are you one of those who feel that life is too short to drink bad coffee? Then come to Bean Punk Coffee. Bean Punk Coffee is open with 2 locations. Whether you're in downtown Conroe or historic Montgomery, we have the best fresh brewed and specialty coffee, delicious pastries, and courteous staff. Come visit us at 330 North Main Street in Conroe or 401 College Street, Suite 170 in Montgomery. Visit beanpunkcoffee.com to see our complete list of special events.
This is Rick, TRC. Every Tuesday on my show, Afternoons with Lone Star from 3 to 7, I play back-to-back classic rock hits. That's right. I like to call it a 2 for Tuesday or a 3 for whatever it is you'd like. Call the request line, 936-647-3776, or message me on Facebook, Afternoons with Lone Star, make a music request. That's right, you can do it. Here's what else. Go over to our website, irlonestar.com. Get the app on your phone. It's easy. You'll like it.
All right, welcome back. Morning's Lone Star, irlonestar.com/MWLS morning radio show for Montgomery County. It is Thursday, the 28th of March. So, we were talking about a cool event coming your way here in Conroe called Unite Conroe. We're posting all that information on our Facebook, so if you want to look at links and things as we're talking right there, which, by the way, we're live on YouTube Live and Facebook Live and all that cool stuff, so chat with us. So this event is coming your way this Saturday at noon to 7 p.m. over at Heritage Park, which we all know around here in downtown Conroe. It's where they do all the cool concerts and things like that.
Yep.
And in the studio, we have a special guest.
Right, Dick. We got Brittany Atkinson here from Conroe First Assembly of God Church. Morning.
Hi.
How's it going?
Oh, wrong
Get
mic.
right up on that microphone. There you go.
There we go.
Oh, the mic's off. Let me go fix that.
Oh, what'd you just... No, this is why we can't have nice things. Okay, so I'm going to talk for a bit while Dick fixes your microphone. Okay. So, Brittany's in the studio, and as soon as Dick takes care of the technical issues here, we're going to be talking about the event coming up. It's called, I think it's French, Unite Conroe. Oh, sorry, Unite Conroe. My bad on that one.
It was you.
Is it me?
You unplugged it.
How did I unplug it? That's right. Dick blames me. It's going to be happening this Saturday, March 30th, 12 to 7 p.m. at Heritage Park, and it's for all kinds of family fun stuff for the kids and kids at heart. Oh, and hold on, I saw lights coming on. I'm stretching this out. No, light went off. Trying. We're just gonna swap microphones here. Okay, so as Dick takes care of that, I will keep on talking. Brittany, yell really loud. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great.
There we go. That's how you know we're live here. So this is the first annual. Okay, you're on it. You're good to go. You can talk in the microphone now.
All right.
There we
All
are.
right.
So Brittany, what got this thing started here?
Well, our church is very outreach oriented, and one of our big things is we want to be out in the city. I don't want to just sit in a church waiting for people to come to us. We need to get out there and love on the people of the city. That's why the church is created, so we can reach the lost and go and help people where they are in their time of need. So, Unite Conroe, there's so much stuff that can divide us nowadays, and that's what rules the news. So this is just a step in the right direction to unite the city. We have experienced Texas, Houston coming together during a tragedy. Harvey was a good example. But I told one of our donors the other day, why wait until a tragedy happens to come together? Let's go ahead and get this started so we're always united and standing as one.
That is so cool to hear. So we see that the Conroe Convention Visitors Bureau is kind of hosting it, that they're helping out with the marketing on this.
Yes, it is on Facebook. So you can go RSVP or say if you're interested or going. Just a good way to keep track of who's all coming, and we're super excited. I think we're up to about 800 guests right now.
Whoa.
Super excited about that.
Now, people, if you want to know more about it, all you got to do, this is really easy, go to facebook.com/events/26105028118251. Dick, you got that?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, totally.
awesome. Yeah, just jot that down and you get to the Facebook event there.
No, I shared it. On the page.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah, if you want to go the easy route, sure.
Yeah.
I get it. So what can people expect to have there? Is it going to be like music, barbecue? Booth?
There will. So it's a free event for the whole family.
That's my
We're going to
favorite
have, right? We're going to have bouncy houses for the kids, different games for the kids also. I mean, if the adults would like to participate, sure. Maybe not the bouncy houses, but the games.
Why can't I go in the bouncy house?
That's
just ageist. Okay, we're going to get past my disappointment.
Maybe we'll clear it out for you.
Just to let you guys know, if you are a little older and you get into a bouncy house, expect to hurt something.
Right.
Just letting you know.
I'll bring the hurt is
Your
what I'll bring.
Your joints might not be as strong as a 5-year-old, so when you're just jumping and throwing your body around.
I want the bouncy house. Okay, fine.
We do have a dunking booth. So there's an option.
Yeah, okay. Put me in that. People lining up to try and dunk me in that thing.
Right.
So dunking booth, bouncing house, what else you got?
And we have live music throughout the day. Different church bands. We have some local hip-hop artists that will be there as well.
Cool.
So a bunch of genres from different people. Pick a flavor. You'll be satisfied. We also have free food. Everyone who enters and registers will get hot dogs, water, popcorn, snow cone, that sort of thing.
Very nice. And this is going from 12 to 7, right?
It is.
Awesome. And for those of you who haven't been to Heritage Park, it's just a couple blocks away from the studio here. Really beautiful open area. And even a little covered area, too, just in case if the weather decides to get a little gnarly, you can still enjoy some outdoor fun and not get drenched. So, I love the fact that this church is providing the outreach to that. You think this is going to be the first of many?
We're hoping. Yeah, that's the plan.
Well, 800 people so far. I mean,
exactly.
That's nothing to sneeze at.
Right. We're hoping. That's the plan.
Cool. Now, what else does the church do? You say you guys are big into outreach. So.
Yeah. Well, we're big into outreach. The vision is huge for outreach. We're hoping to host more community events. Like I said, this is the first of many unites that we're wanting to do, and just more community stuff. Maybe teaming up with some schools and in the area. We actually did a Thanksgiving drive last Thanksgiving. Gave out some meals to some families.
But if people want to find out more about the church.
Short to drink bad coffee? Then come to Bean Pond Coffee. Bean Pond Coffee is open with 2 locations. Whether you're in downtown Conroe or historic Montgomery, we have the best fresh brewed and specialty coffee, delicious pastries, and courteous staff. Come visit us at 330 North Main Street in Conroe or 401 College Street, Suite 170 in Montgomery. Visit beanpondcoffee.com to see our complete list of special events.
Hey, Montgomery County and online listeners. Thank you so very much for checking out Jazzy Vibes with Soul. What? You haven't done so yet? Well, you've got to tune in. Hi, I am the host of Jazzy Vibes with Soul, Miss CeCe Holmes, and I invite you to check us out every Friday and Saturday from 7 until 9 p.m., where you will get the best in old school R&B, and of course, a little smooth jazz to make it jazzy. So tune in. That's right, tune in every Friday and Saturday right here on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM, or worldwide at irlonestar.com.
All right, welcome back to Mornings Lone Star, irlonestar.com/MWLS, folks. And we're hanging out in the studio. And if you're experiencing some latency problems on our live feeds on YouTube and stuff, we're getting it back up, and it should be back to normal by now, so which is nice. We want to say a special thanks to Brittany coming out, talking about Unite Conroe, coming your way this weekend, folks. And again, what's nice what she said is if it does rain, they're going to have a plan B. So always keep up with the Facebook page, Unite Conroe. Man, I'm about to burp. Trying not to burp.
Those working tacos as well.
Working tacos.
Now, Dick, do you know why I chose Nina's 99 Luft balloons for?
No, tell me about it.
Because it's going to be the Tomball German Festival this weekend. Lots of things are happening this weekend. Schlep on out to Tomball. See you some German stuff. They got beer and German, probably polka music. Also, if you want to stay a little bit more close to home, in the Woodlands at the Chili's that's right across the street from the Woodlands Mall from like 11 to 5, it's going to be Green Zone Housing is going to have a setup there. Portions of your proceeds that you anything you buy at Chili's that day will go to Green Zone Housing. They're going to have their Deuce out there, that big honking vehicle, like a Humvee on steroids. Lots of stuff for the kids. They're going to be kids are going to be drawing pictures and writing letters to send to our troops overseas. Just a lot of, again, family fun. So we got up here, we have Unite Conroe.
Yeah.
Then we've got German Beer Festival in Tomball. And then we've got Green Zone at Chili's. And we also have, if you want to go out to the Cypress area, 249, I've been directing a youth version, teenage version of Much Ado About Nothing. Well, it opens tonight and runs through the weekend.
When do you stop?
I'll stop when I'm dead.
Okay, makes sense.
I'll rest when I'm dead.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
This is actually a production that was supposed to have happened a few months ago, but it got pushed back.
Why did it get pushed back? Tell me the details. Is it juicy?
Sometimes there's just a scheduling conflict.
Oh, cover up. I get it. All right, there's a real reason.
So that's only running this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's stageworkshouston.org. Go there and get you some cheap tickets there to come watch these really talented teenagers put on a very funny production of Much Ado About Nothing. And then in May, get ready for Happy Days, the musical. It's a lot of fun.
No one cares about it.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to care about this one. So some great artsy stuff happening.
God, you do too much. I'm exhausted listening to what you do. All right, well.
And what are you going to do, Dick? You're going to bowl tonight, aren't you? It's
I bowl
Thursday.
tonight. I got to crush it.
You're going to crush the bowl?
Yeah.
Now,
I bowled a 190 on Tuesday.
Awesome. Is that good?
Yeah, okay. I'm getting there.
Awesome.
I'm going to be part of that 225 club pretty soon.
Now, and a perfect game is 300, and that's where you just bowl strikes nonstop, right?
Mm-hmm. Nothing else but strikes.
So what if you get like all strikes and then your last one is a spare?
You can't get a spare on the last one.
Oh, true. Okay, well, what if it's all strikes but one spare somewhere in there?
You get like a...
What's the next lowest
290,
score?
I guess.
290, not like a 299.
Yeah, because when you go in the 10th frame, it doesn't compound. So there's only 30 available pins in the last frame.
Gotcha.
So there you go.
See, there's math involved there. I just can't do it.
I'm learning slowly. It's gonna be fun. But let's talk about what's going on in the news. A lot has happened. I know we haven't been on the air for a couple days.
Well, some things have happened.
And your favorite things have been happening.
Well, things are happening which I like because...
Some weirdo things have been happening.
Right. Well, how often are we saying, okay, we're in a holding pattern, So a lot of things to talk about, and some of the things are probably going to sound weird coming out of my mouth. Let's start off with the Jussie Smollett case.
So Jussie Smollett is an actor who... Okay, so has it been proven that he made this all up?
He was indicted by a grand jury, which means a grand jury was presented with evidence, and they determined there was enough evidence to take it to trial.
Okay, so he claimed he was attacked late night in downtown
Trump
Chicago.
Supporting white supremacists.
Yeah, by Trump supporting white supremacists.
Yeah, it wasn't just he was attacked, he was mugged, he
had a noose around his neck, like it was an attack.
Yeah, supposed bleach was poured on.
Then, as the tables turn,
they found video evidence of who allegedly did the attack. And then these are two brothers, and so this is a he said, they said scenario, and this is where it's going to sound weird coming out of my mouth because I'm not a fan of knee-jerk reactions, and I do like for the evidence to come in. So right now, his guilt or innocence is aside because he was indicted on enough evidence, which means it should have gone to trial. And for the what's that is that Kim Fox, the state prosecutor,
is she the head boss?
Yeah. Ordered, dropped the charges. He had 60 felony counts.
16?
I think it was 6.
I think it was 16.
16, yeah. Felony counts, all dropped.
Okay.
It was saying, well, we're going to give him some community service and keep the $10,000 bond he posted and call it even. And even Rahm Emanuel, who...
What a name.
Right. But he's the mayor of Chicago, where this went down. He also used to be President Obama's chief of staff. He is really, really politically charged. In fact, if you ever watch The West Wing, Bradley Whitford's character, Josh Lyman, was actually based on Rahm Emanuel.
Oh, wow.
And even he's saying this is a whitewash. This is just unforgivable. Now, this is not like evidence has been proven that maybe not. What's come out...
I think that's what's confusing me the most about this particular deal was everything seemed like if you're just reading it in a magazine or in a book, you're like, oh, you can kind of tell something's fishy about this whole story. But it's not like he came out and said, I did it, I lied, because he hasn't said that.
Right. That was part of the deal. It's like, okay, and so he was not quite exonerated. They dropped the charges but didn't go out to say he was innocent, but then they sealed his record immediately. On the heels of that came a word that Michelle Obama's former chief of staff, and I have the name and I'm just totally drawing a blank on the name and I can't find it, apparently contacted state prosecutor.
So can we cross the line into conspiracy theories now? Is that what we're crossing?
Well, is it a conspiracy theory that...
Well, I have a conspiracy theory.
Okay.
So here's my conspiracy theory. It's not mine. I read it online and I really enjoyed it because I love conspiracy theories. The conspiracy theory is this Jesse Smollett guy has some ties to a person running for president. And they think there was communications on the phone that they were trying to get the phone records and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And so it's not saying necessarily there was bad things on the phone. It was just that fact that there was communications on the phone. Mm-hmm. And they didn't want that to be public, to be tied to his case.
Right. Now, this is, what?
That's the conspiracy theory.
There you go. Now, the facts are...
Do you know who I'm talking about running for president?
Give me, what does it rhyme with?
She did an anti-lynching bill based off of this attack.
Kamala.
Yeah. So that's the conspiracy theory, folks.
Here's the thing.
But really, in reality, it sounds like somebody knew somebody that knew somebody who owed a favor, and then that's what happened.
It could be, or it could be that this is at face value, because instead of handing over his phone records, what he did is Smollett worked up an Excel spreadsheet where he typed in at this, and that's what he handed over. So one would think if I was the victim of an attack, I would want the police to have all the evidence possible to have it. However, me not doing that does not necessarily mean I'm guilty. It could just mean that there's stuff on my phone that's embarrassing that I don't want entered into the police record. Again, knee-jerk reactions. My personal thoughts on how fishy this is, that's up to a court to decide. And that's what the problem is that a court was suddenly bypassed, and now new evidence is coming out. This is as we're talking, that an email has been found, but this has not been verified yet, that after the charges were dropped, Kim Fox sent an email to employees saying, I need to find other examples of something like this going down so we can justify it. That, dropping charges.
Well, yeah, I mean, clearly there's a conversation happening about how to make this better. Because what was really odd to me, the fact that he dropped all charges, but he didn't apologize.
Well, his lawyer, here's the thing, his lawyer's doubling down going, see, we told you he was innocent. Be careful what you wish for thing, because of what happened, a lot of the charges have been kicked upstairs to the federal level now.
Yeah. Well, because there's a lot of talk of him being involved with the letter And apparently,
Which is mail fraud.
Mail fraud. And then he said he had there's white substance in the letter and stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. He made it a federal case now. So I think this is where the government...
But nothing's ever going to end up happening because nothing ever happens.
No, this is something
You're
where...
too big to fail. We've heard that term for the past, 12 years? Too big to fail, bro.
He's not too big to fail. Are you kidding me? He's a minor player on the show that's already fired him.
He knows too many people.
Yeah.
He's connected to too many things. Can't control it. Drain the swamp. Right?
It needs.
It's still fun,
my problem with
it's still a fun little case because I can't imagine those policemen doing the work.
Well, even the district attorney's office is saying this. The police have released records and they're not leaked. I mean, you can actually release these records. The report, now it's been redacted to protect some people's names and addresses and stuff like that. But to say we have the evidence, the grand jury has been run around on this one. So Kim Foxx has to answer. This wasn't like a deal was struck with the DA's office saying,
she came in and goes, no, sorry.
Just drop the charges, even though the grand jury said there was enough to go to trial. So that's the question. He could very well be not guilty. My question is, then let the court or the proper jurisprudence machine do its thing, because right now it doesn't look good with Kim Foxx receiving the phone calls from Michelle Obama's former chief of staff saying, well, I represent the family and the family's got some concerns. And shortly after that's when Kim Foxx turns around and says, we're dropping the charges. Yeah. And DA's office and law enforcement and everyone is, and even the mayor of Chicago, if anyone's going to be on board with it, it's going to be Rahm Emanuel. And even he, and as listener Brett pointed out, if CNN reports iffy things about a liberal, it's probably not a conspiracy theory. Same thing if Rahm Emanuel says that this is a miscarriage of justice, then
well, that's exciting.
So it's to be kept an eye on. This man, he's being tried in the court of public opinion, which I'm not a fan of. It does cut both ways, which is why there needs to be transparency on this. Let Kim Foxx show that this was properly done, and I'll be on board with it.
Okay.
So that's that one out of the way.
Yeah. I'm excited to see if what comes of it, and if any jail time is actually served. Because I don't think people serve jail time anymore. Only people who do drugs and kill people.
You know what? You got a point there.
I don't think you get in trouble for this stuff anymore.
Well, there will come a tipping point when people. What I think is really going to hurt him now, should he be found to be guilty of this, is that his lawyer is doubling down, going, see, I told you he was innocent. Now, if I was Jussie Smollett, I'd be going, shh, don't be a sore winner on this, because if a federal case is raised, or if it comes out that he is guilty of it, then the more the American populace thinks that they've had the wool pulled over their eyes, and his lawyer's helping do that, the less forgiving they're going to be.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yep.
Okay, so next on the list is what? What do you want to talk about?
Well, we had Michael Avenatti, former Stormy Daniels lawyer, and CNN darling, who was on CNN 8 times a day for weeks.
I liked him. He's the creepy porn lawyer.
Creepy porn lawyer. Well, he's now in the pokey, accused of blackmailing Nike. Or extorting, I should say.
So did he fulfill his threats then? I feel like if you blackmail somebody and they call your bluff.
Well, yeah, it's not like he had pictures.
Here.
It's not like he had the pictures of the CEO. And just to quickly go back to Smollett, absolutely. Brett pointed out there's no trial. Smollett can be arrested again. Absolutely. He was never. This is not a double jeopardy thing.
Oh, cool.
So it's not like he was found.
Tell you he's gonna be juicy.
Innocent. Yeah. This is something.
This is gonna be on
that would go all out.
Law and Order. Which Law and Order would this go under, though?
How many of them are left?
I don't know.
I think this is SVU's the only one left, isn't it?
Oh, good point.
So they gotta make it sexy. Well, he's a porn lawyer, so.
Well, would he be a victim? I'm talking about Jussie Smollett. Would he be a special victims unit? Would that be considered? I don't think so.
They would have to add a sexual.
Yeah. Okay.
Where he said he was. Beaten up and
make America great again. Man, that'd be a great opening scene. Can you imagine that opening scene?
And that's my issue with that.
Ridiculous.
If indeed he made this up, that it was designed to further fracture what's going on.
Okay.
Because there are jackwads who wear the MAGA hat who cause problems.
Jackwads who wear whatever and just use it as an excuse to do whatever.
Exactly. So Avenatti.
So Avenatti, this guy's
no
a lawyer.
longer a CNN darling.
Well, I mean, so far.
No, he's not on anymore.
I mean, is he really going to go to jail?
Could be, because once again, those who are sore winners. There's the one thing worse than a sore loser is a sore winner.
I can't believe he didn't actually have something to get Nike. Like, if you're going to blackmail somebody, at least have, like, the cards in your hand.
I think blackmail's the wrong word. Maybe extort them or...
Same thing, right, though? Like, you know...
Blackmail tends to imply I have evidence. So when I have something on you that you need to pay me
is that kind of like, what's his name? That local activist here, who's that lawyer? His name's
Quanto-X?
Yeah, he extorts, right? He's like, hey, I won't come out and protest your business.
Yeah, that's the difference between extortion.
Does he do that? Does he do that? I feel like he does that.
Well, yeah,
or he has to get paid by the family.
Yeah,
to represent.
So that's not blackmail.
Yeah,
but it's like, well, if you want me, it's gonna
cost you.
Yeah, it's gonna cost you, and that's extortion. That's the difference between extortion and blackmail.
Sorry, Quanto-X, if we're misrepresenting you.
He's an activist.
But
that's how he makes his living.
Avenatti, though, I mean, like, I think it's great. I think it's great that he is still on Twitter, because Twitter is bringing so much joy to my life. Because people feel like they still need to say something, even after they're out of jail on bail or whatever. I think he's out, so he's already tweeting about how innocent he is. So it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be wonderful what happens to this guy. It
will be interesting to see, because, again, people will be merciless in how he's like, I got this and that. And remember, he was one of the ones that said, oh, I've got evidence.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why?
As more and more people...
You think he'd learn?
Well, you know, the House Intelligence Committee members are making a lot of noise for Adam Schiff, who's the chairman of this committee, to step down, because Adam Schiff was one of the ones throughout the Mueller investigation who was saying, I've got evidence of collusion, but nothing's been presented. And my sense is that he was just going to ride on the coattails, expecting there would be evidence of collusion in the Mueller report.
They're too big to fail. They don't care.
People are having a...
Do you think people really care?
Yeah. I think it's because it's been shoved down.
Let's ask the listeners, do you guys really care?
Good question.
So yes or no, do you care that this collusion thing is 100% false?
Well, I don't think anything's 100% true or 100% false.
So is it 99% false?
Which part?
Is there no collusion?
There is absolutely no evidence of collusion.
No evidence of collusion. Okay, so now we're doing lawyer speak.
Well, I can't say there's no collusion because I don't know. But after a 2.5-year investigation and countless millions of dollars spent and thousands of millions of pages of documents subpoenaed and thousands of subpoenas going out, not one whiff. Either Trump is dumb or he's a criminal mastermind. Which one is it? He can't be both.
Yeah, he can't. He definitely can be both.
No, he can't. To have covered himself so well.
Well, I feel like this is something that it's almost like somebody sat there with a ball of yarn and we're the kiddies, and someone's like, here, they'll play with this for a little while.
Yeah, well, with the expectation that...
Because no one really, I mean, like...
I'll take your ball of yarn and change it to... What's the Tootsie Pop that had the little gum in the middle, or the...
Tootsie Pop?
I
think it's called
how
Tootsie
to get
Pop.
Yeah, the Tootsie Pops. We were given a 2-year Tootsie Pop with the expectation that we'd have the yummy toffee thing in the middle. Because we get the middle and there's no toffee.
Because we talk about, they asked him to step down. That's like asking that Virginia governor dude to step down after he found out that he had blackface on. It's kind of like, do you want to do it? Not really. Then don't do it, man. Who cares? Okay.
Yeah. And, we got Jay Silverberg on the air with us tomorrow, and going to be great conversations about this. Again, the Mueller report, whereas this is where exoneration, I believe, has happened, but even I have to say there's no evidence of collusion. I can't say there's no collusion. I wasn't there. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not like we're going to hold anyone accountable who's been saying it for 2 years, or there was been. I mean, I know that one guy you said, like, he goes, I have evidence, and then, like, he's not going to show it.
And these people are going to be called on. It's like, show it or get out. And that's when you're the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee and you say, I have evidence.
He's too big. He won't get out.
No.
He'll set to the side.
No, because there are elections coming up. Remember, next presidential election is not that far away.
That's true.
We are way closer to that than it's funny when you can look back and say, oh my gosh, Trump is already 3 years into his term, or into his third year.
Yeah.
Technically.
I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
We're still here. That's what.
But so the Mueller report did come out, and it was funny because it came out on a Friday afternoon, which is typically called take out the trash day in media. When you have news that you just don't want people to be talking about it, you throw it out on a Friday afternoon, because usually the weekend papers are already filled up with the sales and the coupons and and the fluff pieces. So
I think
there's
those
very
are-
little room for that. And so when it came out Friday, when they said it's going to come out this afternoon, I thought, okay, it's going to be that shows no collusion or no smoking gun, because otherwise they would have waited for Monday morning and you would have had the cycle all week long.
It would have been great if I was in charge of having fun in the government. I would convince Donald Trump, like, hey, on Friday, let's get some cops and let's make it look like they're arresting you, because no one will have any idea what's going on, and just have just the appearance of you getting put into a van, and that's it. No one talks, no one leaks it, and for a whole weekend, everyone's like, "What happened to President Trump?"
Yeah, and he's just hiding out at Camp David.
And he's like, "Oh, I just want to take a vacation. These are my police buddies, and they work hard for the Americans." So, man, it'll be so much fun.
So the call has gone out for the full report to be released, and Attorney General Barr said it will come out eventually, probably in weeks rather than months. So I know a lot of people are holding their breath waiting for it. Some media people are saying we can't trust the Attorney General's, Trump-appointed Attorney General's summary. We want to see the whole thing. Now, Trump himself is saying we got to release the whole thing, which to me speaks volumes. When someone is falsely accused of something, they'll tend to say, listen, this document could exonerate me or prove.
Yeah, but I mean, again, there's just, nothing's going to happen.
Well, I think
it's going to take some rookie investigator who follows and connects all the dots.
I think it's going to go to the next topic. It's like, okay, collusion's off the table now. And again, Pelosi was like, well, we're going back to healthcare, which is where our focus has been the whole time. It's like, no, it hasn't. The last 2.5 years, no one's talked about healthcare. It's been about Russian collusion. So it's going to be the next thing. And I actually think this is good. Let's get off the Russian collusion. Let's get on to healthcare. Let's get a radical debate on it, because I'm still so furious at the GOP, who had 7 years to come up with an alternate plan.
You're idiots. They're all idiots.
Well, I want to hit Republicans upside the head, metaphorically, who didn't have a plan B, assuming that, okay, sooner or later we're going to get back in power. Let's have an ACA alternative ready to go. Now, I do appreciate that Trump got rid of the mandate.
Well, no, you just pass it and then you read it.
We must pass the report so we can find out what's in it.
Yeah, that's a real quote.
Yep.
That blows my mind.
Oh yeah. So,
but then again, this kind of stuff, nothing really happens. We're all right.
Well, it's funny because a lot of some media are going with Attorney General Barr. The report was thousands of pages. How could he come up with a summary already? And so they're saying cover up. And I was laughing, going, these are the same people that cheered on pass the ACA bill so we can find out what's in it. Well, on a 1,000-page document, I guarantee you there's a 2-page summary at the very beginning of it. But we will see when the report is released. And I think it will fully be released.
Well, I hear the little birdies tell me I'm getting it on Friday so we can discuss it.
Awesome.
So there you go.
Cool.
Who actually really wants to read that thing?
I would. I get.
What's the too long didn't read a little thing at the bottom?
Yeah, well, it's like, the plot is very slow, no character development.
Is anyone peeing on anyone? That's all I care about.
Exactly.
Those are the best ones.
But no, I really am glad that the report's finally been released, because some way, shape, or form there will be, and I hate buzzwords, but be a paradigm shift away from Russian collusion. Democrats will want to focus on something else now.
Green New Deal, dude.
Huh? Well, now we talk about the new Green Deal, and that can be next on our topic. What time is it?
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break.
I want to talk about it when we get back, because I'm kind of confused on how the government works. So I'm glad I have the expert here who is. If you told me you were a past president, I believe you. You look the part. And you've been retired for 70 years. You're like, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Hey, also, when we come back, I want to talk about a game show that's happening tomorrow.
Yeah, here on Afternoons of Lone Star.
I know.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. You're listening to Mornings of Lone Star, folks. We will be right back.
Business office cleaning is available in the Montgomery County area from Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with scheduled cleaning services such as floor care, window care, trash collection, restroom disinfection, and stair and elevator cleaning. Clean Sweep can service a business one time or on a regular schedule, with daily, weekly, and monthly options. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning can be found online at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or by calling 832-689-7996. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, Take back your time and let us make your office shine. Mornings with Lone Star is sponsored by Clean Sweep Office Cleaning.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show with monthly and weekly slots available in Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
Path to the Plate is a research-based education program that helps consumers understand how their food choices impact their health by making the connection to agriculture. Learning about how food is grown and produced, and how consumers can make better food choices for themselves and their families, Path to the Plate is all about dispelling myths and misconceptions. Find out more online at pathtotheplate.tamu.edu. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Hispanic Chamber Connections with Dr. Carlos Sanchez, President of the Woodlands Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, featuring event announcements, member highlights, and more. Tuesdays at 1 p.m., broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas on irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
All right, welcome back. Mornings Lone Star, irlonestar.com/MWLS, live in the studio, having a good time with my co-host Sean, Skippy, Turtle Roll, and I don't know why that came up. But yeah, we're live. We're here till 11 o'clock. Just to remind you folks, we do have a show tomorrow at 9 a.m. Our good local buddy, who is a political leader in the community. Is that right? Can I say that?
You can say whatever you want.
Jay Siddleberg will be in the studio.
Country.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want. And yeah, he hates puppies.
I heard that.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I heard that.
Can you believe that? We'll talk about that tomorrow. That's happening at 9 o'clock. We'll talk about that tomorrow. So if you have any questions, I know tomorrow will be politically heavy, but we're talking about leadership and stuff like that because it's kind of a neat topic and debates we like to have. And once a week we like to, instead of every show, Sean, every show.
I've been really good lately.
I know.
And these are headlines. Remember, I'm the first one to say.
Why do people care about this stuff?
I'm
Nothing
not going.
happens.
I'm not the guy going, oh, see, I told you Trump was innocent. No, I'm saying the report said no evidence. For Smollett, I'm not saying, I knew he did it and it's a whitewash. I'm saying let's let the courts have their fair shake. Let's get answers as to who stopped this investigation where. Yeah.
Okay, let me talk. I want to ask you. I want to ask you this because we kind of talk about this a little bit. This is going to be a sensitive topic for some, but somebody is suing the dude who does Hamilton.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
So they're suing them because he won't hire any other colored lead actors.
Wait, what?
Because he only has black actors as the lead roles.
No.
In Hamilton.
No.
That's what they're claiming.
He's not black.
It's because that's just your opinion, or is there actual? Do you think there's legitimate like laws and things in place or in the future that could say, hey, this is wrong. You can't discriminate.
Okay, when it comes to theater, and because I feel that theater is one of the few media or mediums, if you want, where you can break the rules. Now, I've been, many times I've been vocal about there should not be a black James Bond because that's not how James Bond was written. Come up with 008, James Smith, and I'll be all over that. I'll be number one saying Idris Elba needs to be it.
Okay, let me ask you this about that particular thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know a lot about James Bond. Is there a James Bond film that has been made that had nothing to do with Ian Fleming?
The original...
Besides the character, of course.
No, the original... Well, actually, the original Casino Royale was a live TV version done on American television, and it was rewritten to be Jimmy Bond, CIA agent.
Okay. Well, I meant more of like the
And then
plot.
there was the movie. Well, there was the movie, yeah, Casino Royale, the original one, which was a spoof, like Woody Allen and Peter Sellers, and it had like David Niven.
Well, I was thinking about you say you used James Bond as an example, so I was thinking, okay, so 10 years from now, Daniel Craig's not James Bond anymore, and they're like, hey, we want to do a new James Bond movie, but we have a completely different plot, like from any of the books that have been written.
Yeah, because they run out of the books and titles.
What's wrong with making that James Bond black?
Because he's not James Bond.
But he's not going to be James Bond, the James Bond from the books. He's going to be James Bond, what we're going to write it as.
Okay, let's get Shaquille O'Neal to play Frodo Baggins in the Lord of the Rings remake.
You could do that.
But you kill the franchise. Because
yeah, but what happens to hobbits instead of being small, they're all giant.
That's kind of the point.
And we can work it out.
Yeah, see, you got to stay true.
Instead of having big, hairy feet, they have small, little baby feet.
This is why this whole...
Would you see that movie with Shaq with small, little baby feet?
Yes, I would. Puppy... what was that commercial? It was really the puppy monkey baby. Yeah. Oh, my God, that was a nightmare. Okay, so Hamilton. Let's go back to Hamilton, and this is how I'll tie this together. Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote Hamilton to make it kind of race... Thomas Jefferson is black.
Okay.
Which is,
I have not seen Hamilton. I have no idea what it's about.
I'm actually not a fan of it, but I appreciate it. Does that make sense? I'm in no hurry to go watch it.
I appreciate anything that
makes
money.
Right? But he wrote it to where you got to look past it, and you can do this in theater. 1776 was the previous political musical.
Yeah. That's your favorite musical, right?
It's in my top. I played both.
Do you have the CD in your car or the tape?
I have two.
Do you have the cassette tape?
I have both CDs in my car.
That. Some people who like that stuff. I don't get it.
They did a new version of it with Brent Spiner.
You got to have every version.
But
on
eventually, they did a version of it where it took place in 1976. They dressed in modern clothes, more like the Nixon era.
I wouldn't call that modern clothes.
Less period than 1776.
Your collar goes past
and that was with John Larroquette. So with theater, you can get away with that.
Okay.
So for someone to say, in theater, you got Miss Saigon. And here's the thing, Jonathan Pryce was supposed to play an Asian. Joel Grey played an Asian, and people no, only an Asian can play this role.
See, I think it's all about presentation.
Well,
if you can convince the audience to get over it, then you're really good at your job.
It is. Well, it opens up a can of worms because even... so you have Asians saying that and I think there is low Asian representation in theater. However, of all the theater that I've been in, that I've held auditions for, where I've seen thousands upon thousands of auditioners, I can literally count on one hand the number of Asians who have auditioned for me. I can count on two hands the number of African Americans who have auditioned for me. It's not that I won't cast them.
Is that just the local area? That's just
these are local theaters.
Yeah.
That they... Now, you have the Ensemble Theater in Houston, which grew up being all African-American and all black theater.
So if we're doing like a World War II movie and it takes place in the Pacific, I can see you because you cast an all-Asian cast to represent the Japanese. That's unfair.
Well, I wrote a play that took place in Korea and Vietnam. And I had to overcome that. It's like, you know what? They're the bad guys.
Well, one thing that kind of confuses me about arguments when it comes down to this kind of stuff is... What impact do these plays have to have the need to have that kind of example? Like, what does it matter in this current rendition of Hamilton? Like, who's it really bothering?
No one.
So
this guy just wants to. People get.
But then why would you get mad? So you get mad at James Bond being black
because Ian Fleming actually described James Bond as looking like Hoagie Carmichael. He wrote James Bond to be a misogynistic, sexist, homophobic, racist.
Yeah.
That's this whole thing. He's like, he's the anti-hero.
He's so redeeming.
That's the whole point. You have an irredeemable character and you try to redeem him every story. That's the whole point. Yeah. And so to make someone...
I didn't get that at all.
To make a character black or a woman...
I don't really remember seeing any of that.
You got to read the books. And that's what I'm saying. People they're used to the movies. And it's time for a black James Bond. No, because make any other character.
Yeah.
And I would be all over it.
I don't know.
If there were a stage musical of James Bond, I would cast a black person in a heartbeat if they were the best suited for the role. I don't cast based on quotas.
You should, though. You make more money.
I cast on talent.
That's what's so hot right now.
I cast on talent and dedication.
Yeah. I just don't want...
I want the best people for the job.
Well, because I'm always wondering what really gets people to go see a movie. And, there's a lot of... And especially in Hollywood, there's a whole nother world there, especially in production. But it's funny to me that when it comes down to it, it really just comes down to how much money you can make from this deal. And I think a lot of it stems from jealousy of folks who are like, oh, hey,
it's the
you
haves
have
and
money.
have-nots.
You have money.
The
I can get
have-nots
some money from you.
The have-nots hate the haves until they become a have. And then they're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah. And I always enjoy any kind of movie. I don't really care what's going on. So, and that's one thing I love about older movies is they're not afraid to have those kind of jokes that today you like, that wouldn't fly at all.
Oh, yeah, even TV series from just a few years ago, the plot points that just...
Like, there's a lot of... I've been watching Arrested Development with Holly, and she's never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this show is really creative. It's a lot of fun, and everything's just a big joke in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of jokes in it that are... I would totally see today. People are like, that's just inappropriate.
Yeah. Well, somewhere along the lines, it became a litigious offense to became litigious to be offended about something. I'm offended, so I'm going to sue you. No. You can't sue someone because you're offended. You either deal with it or you don't.
You can. What's that guy? Okay, this is kind of switch topic. I don't know if anyone else watches YouTube, but I randomly get YouTube videos of some dude trying to impeach Trump. Some random dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no idea who he is. And it's like one of those typical, like, join me and sign the petition to impeach Trump. And I'm like, that's kind of strange. What's this guy doing? I wonder who this guy is. Because he's not it didn't say, like, congressman or anything below.
He's either a concerned citizen or he's someone wanting to get on the news briefly. I don't know, and I don't care. If I felt that Trump did something impeachable, I'd be the first to sign the petition.
And Dennis brings a good things is blind people don't get in this discussion.
Bingo. That's it right there. And again, theater, and actually Brett kind of raised something I was going to say. There's a show that's traditionally all male called Complete Works of William Shakespeare Abridged. It's kind of a gag to have three guys playing all the roles. Brett cast an all-female version of it, and it rocked. In theater, you have a lot more leeway with theater. And so Hamilton...
Yeah, because I think a lot of people, too, because there's some movies... and things where they do such a good job at the presentation, it confuses folks at the end. Like, oh, that was a guy, or that was something else. Like that happens all the time.
I think theater's more forgiving, and there are those who may get offended or want to cause a stink. And I'm not saying they don't have the right.
Theater's probably forgiven because it's limited. You're limited to like certain things.
Well, directors and producers want to go. Tend to be for community, especially for community level.
You're like,
unless you're on Broadway, you want the soap opera star to play Jekyll because it'll sell more tickets, that kind of thing. But it's more forgiving. I'm trying to repeat myself because I had a different thought.
Oh man,
I know. So I'm trying to figure out how I can come to this other.
What you could tell people who really want to stir it up, get into stage theater. Because that gives you more flexibility to do experimentations. Because, I mean, the film industry, I could totally see it because somehow things, occasionally good movies slip through the cracks and, like, they're actually regarded as timeless pieces. Mm-hmm. But then you have the normal Hollywood-controlled, like, oh, we need Mission Impossible 20. We're going to spend all the money on that movie. And then they make another movie, but it costs $5 million, but they didn't spend any money talking about it. Mm-hmm. And it slipped through the cracks. And somehow you can... watch it on Amazon.
Yeah, a lot.
Because, to give you kind of an insight, I always wondered who watched all those random movies and stuff, TV shows on Amazon and stuff. Mm-hmm. You know who does?
Who?
Holly. I finally started looking at what people have been watching because when we watch something, we agree on it and then we watch it. But I always wonder what she does on her off time when I'm not around. She watches the most random stuff. And I go, where did you find this? Let's go. I was just going through Netflix.
Yeah, I do a lot of stream of consciousness.
I was like, what? Because she was watching a show called The Act. And it's about, get this story. This is recent. I don't know if you heard about this story, but I've never heard it. And it was pretty bizarre. Apparently this, and I don't know the syndrome, but it's basically when, like you're my son or my dad, and I want you to be ill all the time. And so I kind of like poison you, or I forgot what it's like a 4-word syndrome kind of thing.
Munchausen
or something, hyperoxia. Yeah. So this mom had a daughter, and the daughter only knew to be ill. she's wheelchair bound, wouldn't, all this stuff. And the mom was trying to, find the cure for whatever. And apparently it was part of like a hoax. The mom was like just getting money and stuff. Well, the daughter finds out, and her boyfriend and her planned to murder her. And this is a real story. They murdered the mother. And for whatever reason, I guess because, hey, you're killing me. But apparently this is the first time one of those syndrome people have been murdered because of doing what they do. And so the show's called The Act. And I was like, how the heck did you find this?
Sounds
and
interesting.
It sounds
I've seen the promos for it.
So there's a documentary, HBO made one, but the lady's in jail now for 10 years. And the boyfriend's in jail for life because they planned the murder.
Well, that's the thing.
So,
there are legal recourses to someone who, if you're the victim of Munchausen by proxy syndrome, there are legal recourses, murders.
Yeah.
But yeah, get into community theater because you can experiment. You got to remain true to the author's intent. Ian Fleming never.
I don't know.
Ian Fleming never
Forget that.
ever.
Whether
intended,
Shakespeare's old enough to where I can just change his stuff.
Okay, well, let's talk about Shakespeare because I was about to lead into that. So Ian Fleming never, ever considered James Bond to be black or a woman. It's not a code name for.
But do you think there's a length in time where it's like you can change whatever you want eventually?
No, not it's. You can't rewrite the universe. If you don't like the fact that James Bond isn't black or a woman, you can't rewrite it.
Well, didn't the Lion King have something to do with like Shakespeare? They made them lions.
But here's the thing with Shakespeare. This is why Shakespeare can be so interpreted. At a time when Shakespeare wrote a lot about women and love and strong women, women weren't allowed to be strong. Women weren't allowed to be on the stage.
Wasn't there a queen?
Yeah. Elizabeth.
It's
the Elizabethan era.
She seemed strong.
Yes, but she also would not allow women on the stage.
Well, at least
it was
one,
illegal.
So there is representation. One.
No, she wouldn't go on the stage. So even knowing that back then women were supposed to be like third-rate citizens and stuff, Shakespeare not only elevated them to the man's equals, but also frequently would make them more than man. Smarter or funnier. And even though men had to play those roles, Shakespeare envisioned one day this won't be an issue. He was already ahead of his time, but he was constrained by the laws of the time. In a world where women were supposed to walk 10 steps behind and not do anything and just basically be there for their man, he said, no, I'm going to
So
make
now
them.
what are you trying to say today? Can we change that?
With Shakespeare, you can.
Why?
Because he did not say, this person must be black. This person must be a woman. This person, it was open to interpretation.
Okay.
Look at a film.
Well, give me a good example of the opposite of that.
Okay, well,
besides Ian Fleming.
Well, take a look at any film casting sheet. It'll say, needing actors for this role. Bob, male, Caucasian, 35 to 45, dark hair. It's very specific. Most theater casting calls, or even the character descriptions from the playwright, can be male or female, must be, it may be, as a visual joke, must be tall, must be fat.
Yeah, heightism is a real deal.
Yeah, and I play it too. I frequently play tall against short because it's funny. Anyone who wants to get offended by that, come see me after the show. And it's not my job to not offend you.
Yeah. Is there a show out there that the sole purpose of the show is to offend people?
I wouldn't say sole purpose. I mean, you have a show like, let's say, Rocky
like
Horror.
Happy Days? Is that supposed to offend me?
Well, here's the thing about Happy Days. We're talking about an era where there were still two.
Are you going to do a twist ending?
No.
Like, you need to have some crazy twist ending, like someone gets murdered.
There you go.
Kind of like those movies we were talking about off the air, where it's like this random, oh hey, we need to add some drama to it. Let's give this person, make him paralyzed.
Have a serial killer? No, but here's the thing. You do have some latitude. Like, I won't add a serial killer to Happy Days, but I will try to sneak in a Mork at some point, because Mork and Mindy was actually a spinoff of Happy Days. So you can still have fun.
I feel like you can just make your own rules.
Nope.
And most of the time, don't explain it to anybody.
No, and there are more and more playwrights and publishers.
The only time you
don't
need to explain it to anyone, folks, is if there's money on the table and you want to take as much as you can. So you got to be smart about what you say.
Well, no, here's the thing, especially with plays. You know that if you
don't have to explain anything to anybody.
change the language of a Neil Simon play, you can be sued by the estate of Neil Simon. You're not allowed to change language. Many theaters have done that. Like, oh, well, I'm going to put on this Neil Simon play, but it's got language, so we're going to cut the language. Legally, you can't. It is against the law to do so. More and more playwrights and publishers are going, you must do this.
So there is laws involved in
Absolutely.
this process.
Because it's just to follow the vision of the author. And
But
if the author
is there
says
a
that
limitation on that, though? Isn't there something like you can, when does stuff go into fair use and stuff like that?
Well, it depends because the states can renew copyrights.
Forever.
Yeah, and a copyright can be, it used to be 50 years after the death of the author, but here's the thing, the estate can keep it going, which is why, they got the Tolkien estate had to sign off on Lord of the Rings.
Oh, you know what? Can I tell you something? I was reading this this quick article. It was like, I hate when articles only have one paragraph. But this person was they're trying to work a case against Barnes and Noble and stuff, basically saying that they keep choosing old white men's books to take the forefront of the bookstores instead of new diverse books written by diverse authors. So I thought that was pretty funny because they're always going to be selling the Tolkien's books forever, and they don't give the new authors a chance to be big.
Well, as an author, I got to say it's incumbent on the author to try to outdo it.
Yeah,
outdo it.
No one read. How many people do you think read? I think a lot of people read today more than most people think.
Yes.
So I'm talking about novels and things like that.
I agree.
Do you think the e-reader movement is actually caught on?
Yes.
Do you think it's a good percentage of readers are doing their e-readers?
I used to be firmly opposed to them, but now I see their use. And they won't replace. People said as soon as the first Kindle came out, oh, there goes the death of the print book.
Of the book, no.
No, absolutely not. Listener Dennis asked, did the script for Happy Days say must be white for characters?
Ooh, juicy question.
No,
loaded question.
No, it didn't.
Oh, man.
And in fact, the understudy for my Fonz is African American.
So
he did an excellent job. Now, I didn't cast him as the Fonz, but he's in the show. And here's the thing, like in Happy Days, there were no black characters.
Is there a play that's meant for blind people? So like the audience comes in they give them blindfolds?
Is there a play for blind people?
Yeah, so like that's the whole art form.
I'm sure that's the thing.
You go see the play, but it's like you're not seeing anything.
You can experiment with theater like no other artistic outlet, I think.
And then you rob them blind. That's the joke at the end.
I got that.
That'd be a lot of fun. Where's your purse? I don't know. What happened?
Yeah, that's experimental theater. Because
welcome to New York.
Here's the thing: experimental theater, you can get away with damn near anything. You can't have something where people go in and the whole thing is done in pitch black, or that you must, you can establish rules in the universe, and it can still be successful. Whereas experimental music, let's say I'm gonna do music where it's just banging on rocks, you're not gonna sell that many. So I think the most successful experimental medium is theater.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I appreciate that. Happy Days coming your way.
With a mainly white cast.
So, to be honest, though,
stories and everything.
Well, I mean, like
he was,
coffee, delicious pastries. punkcoffee.com to see our complete list of special events.
You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCCW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe and worldwide at irlonestar.com. All right, welcome back. We're good. I think the internet is back up, so sorry folks who are streaming us on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. We should still be good, and so far so good. It's 10:36 here on irlonestar.com, and we are in the studio with Mornings with Lone Star, having a good time. Again, if you want to be a guest or sponsor the show, just reach out to us at irlonestar.com/MWLS. We love to have guests, and we have a guest tomorrow, which will be Jay Stittleberg for Texas. Check out our event page and everything like that on Facebook, YouTube. And now we're going to be talking about being in the studio. So tell me more about that game.
Pace what you sent a lot more. Who I would cast as the genie? I would make him completely CGI.
Yeah, completely. Okay.
And I would do Kevin Pollak. I would cast Kevin Pollak as the genie.
Really?
Yep.
From like the whole 9 yards?
Yeah, from A Few Good Men. But he's a professional impersonator. And
that's true.
And I've seen him do 50 different voices and taking on the characters.
So you're saying he would still do the voice of the genie?
Yeah, he
like what the Robin Williams genie.
Yeah, I think he could provide that manic energy.
So you would still do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be my take on it. So, okay, Shaquille O'Neal's been a genie. That's bringing it around full tilt. But yeah, so the game show...
And he actually wasn't that bad. I enjoyed Kazam.
Kazam, right? And I did give my mea culpa on Shazam, right? That I may have to watch it after all. It's got
Kazam. I said Kazam, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was segueing over to Shazam.
Yeah, you talked about your apology.
Yeah, okay.
And how you think I'm always right. Yeah, we heard that.
Okay,
that's
good.
on recording.
Cool. So,
the
game show tomorrow.
Okay, so we got information?
We have more information. So Dennis has given me everything but the name of it. So hopefully that'll
Actually,
be next.
you know what? I think I can find it real quick. So you just keep talking.
Okay,
I'm
it's
gonna find
musical
it.
trivia and name that tune stuff. Lane Roberts and Kevin Downs will join Cindy Cochran as contestants, and the 3 contestants battle for a small prize. Wonder what that is. Probably going to steal an apple from Carly's Mercantile next door, and that's going to be the prize.
Typical.
Yeah, that's what I'd do.
Typical. Yeah, so they do have a Facebook event, and I'm going to post it right now.
Cool.
I found it, guys. I found it. And, of course, I can't post it to our channel real quick. And so I want to know what the audience thinks. Who would you choose as the genie? Because, I mean, everything I see so far looks horrible. Like, really bad. So I'd be amazed to see if you could actually...
I don't know who their Jafar is, but that was like the worst casting decision in the universe. They may as well cast me as Jafar. I could have done an equally bad job.
Well, I mean, who's a good Jafar is that actor, because they're trying to stick with the Arabian, like they have to be somewhat of Middle Eastern or whatever, that kind of, without sounding like that skin color and the presentation. The only person I can think of is he was in, man, what's his name? Oof, I just went blank. He was in Game of Thrones.
Kit Harington?
No, but he was like a minor actor. Let's see.
Okay, that's the only person in Game of Thrones that I know besides Maisie. What's her face?
I'm searching right now. He was really good, and he played one of the desert kind of people.
I haven't seen the show, so I don't know.
But I think he was in other sci-fi shows. I think he was in Star Trek. I just don't remember which one. I'm gonna find it. Give me a second.
Okay, I will
Keep
do
talking.
that. So I told you who my genie is. As far as the Aladdin and Jasmine, you know, I honestly can't think of anyone off the top of my head. Now I do know with that ABC TV series Once Upon a Time, that where like all the fairy tales are real. They had an Aladdin and Jasmine, and the girl playing Jasmine was the Indian actress from Gallivant. If you remember the TV series Gallivant, I can't remember the actress's name. Now I think Priyanka Chopra, who was in Quantico, she, make a good Jasmine, but then again, that's probably about one of the 3 Indian actresses in the universe that I know. So I'm not really qualified, excuse me, to cast the Aladdin. But if the genie was up to me, like I said, I'd do Kevin Pollak.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't really know, because, again, this is kind of going back to our past discussion, is you don't want to cause too much uproar, with their casting choices. Mm-hmm. But then again, there's like, you have a proven actor who can pull off pretty much any role, and the genie is universal. That's one thing I love. If I was in the casting situation, I was like, we can cast anybody. No one's going to complain to us.
Yeah.
So, but then you choose Will Smith. I don't know. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Will Smith, who actually, well, I can't blame him. He wisely decided to not go into the Independence Day sequel, which was so bad.
I would have. To me, that makes more sense to do that movie than it is to do Aladdin.
Well, they wouldn't meet his salary demands, so they just killed him off.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
they have pictures of him on the wall, and his son is the new fighter jet ace.
That's sweet. All right, I want to find this actor real quick. I got to find this guy.
You find this guy.
That means you talk.
Yeah,
we have 5 minutes. Just go for it.
5 minutes. Okay, so definitely tune in. Well, do tune into Afternoons with Lone Star, first off, every day, but particularly tomorrow again, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, game show happening. I don't know if you guys are going to have like audience participation if you want, but just this is a great idea. A game show. We need to have like more game shows on our morning show. We need to steal from Afternoons with Lone Star. And I really wish my phone would scroll back to older.
No, I don't.
Older.
Sorry, man.
Comments.
Okay, I'm going to find this guy. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Okay.
Because he really was. He's great.
Well, speaking of tomorrow, I am so looking forward to having Jay Stillberg back in the studio. We're going to talk nerd stuff. We're going to talk political stuff, pop culture stuff. It's just great. people tune in tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, and a
for
special
some great
shout out for
conversation.
this weekend, Conroe Unite Conroe.
Mhm.
And that's happening over at Heritage Park on Saturday from noon to 7 p.m. It's absolutely free for your family. A lot of events for the family-oriented. So that's happening again Saturday from 12 to 7 at Heritage Place.
There you go.
All right, guys. You're listening to Mornings Lone Star, irlonestar.com. Don't forget about our partners at Beanpunk Coffee with Conroe's location and Montgomery, Texas location. Just look for more information about them, beanpunkcoffee.com. Creative content creation, c3memories.com. And then cleansweepofficecleaning.com for all your office cleaning needs. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be live tomorrow on our YouTube and Facebook, so make sure to subscribe and all that kind of good stuff. And we will see you guys later.
Es gab ein großes Feuerwerk, die Nachbarn haben nichts gerafft und fühlten sich gleich angemacht. Dabei schoss man am Horizont auf 99 Luftballons.
Thanks for checking out this show on Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. This show is owned and produced by Lone Star Community Radio and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. For more information about the show, to be a guest, or to sponsor, just contact the studio at 936-647-3776 to leave a message, or email us at lscrstudios@gmail.com.